Hello everyone, I'm HTTYD Collector, and today we're going to be reviewing some new HTTYD live action plushies that are from Thailand from Ocean Toys. So I'm going to show off the set because it's easier to explain why I want to show these off. And as you can see, these are the plushies. I might show this one like a little bit quicker. But these plushies are one of the more detailed HTTYD plushies we have gotten. And you will see them in a minute because they deserve, to be shown. And these have been released into different sets. So we have the boxed ones, which I have one in my hands right now, and that's a small set. But they also released a bigger version where I can show off more of the details because I got both of the sets. So we'll start off with this one, and this one is Stormfly. So as you can see already, you can see the detail and like the scaling on each of the dragons. And then this is the front of the box. And now we have Stormfly in there. And as you can see, she has her leg up as well. So you can see her under paw. And each of these dragons also comes with a tag. There we go. And the boxed versions apparently were only released for the premiere. And after that, they were just, released without a box. But again, these are so detailed. Like compared to other plushies we've ever seen, the plushies here are also printed completely. So they did lose, if you like go over them, you can see the widening. But these look really, really good and 100% how the HTTYD live action dragons look. Only the inside of the wings are just like a plain color. But here we have the Stormfly one. And here we have her bigger version, so now I can show off a little bit more of the details. So here is her head. And she has a beautiful scaling around her nose. And then you can see her tail, which also has all of the spikes, and then her legs, and then the face again. So we also have the spikes, and then the nostrils, and then of course the tag, and then a little bit of the wings. I'm keeping these sealed mostly because if they get dusty, it's harder to clean. You can see the details on these, it's just awesome. Yeah, that was the Stormfly one. Next up we got the Gronckle or meat leg. So she's a little bit more in a smaller box and a little bit more squished. But there she is. And again, she looks really, really cool. We'll just go over to her big version now. So here we have meat leg or the Gronckle. So here's her little face. So I don't think she looks that cute. Like in this plushie style. But at least she's accurate. So we have her nose, she has an open mouth, all of the spikes, and she has her coloring, and then of course her tail goes all the way around, and then her paws. But she isn't that like, popping in color, so she's one of the more less interesting ones, but still a really cool one to look at. Next up we have one of my favorite ones from the set, other than the Stormfly one, which is Hookfang. And he looks really, really cool. So here's just the full box. And then the fronts. So you can already see he looks awesome. And then we have his bigger version to show off more of the details. So again, first you have his head. Looks so cool with all of the teeth coming out. Same from the other side. And then you have his body. So his legs are like, wrapped. And then you have, of course, also his belly. And then you have the tail. There we go. It's like this little chunky tail. So you can see like the whole pattern going on around him. And then, of course, his wings are huge. So the inside is more plain. And then the inside has this beautiful coloring. But his head is what, looks the coolest. Next is the Zippleback or Barb & Belch. And again, this is on like a smaller box, so that's like Stormfly. So they do come in different box sizes, depending also on how they are pushes inside of the boxes. So here we have Barb & Belch. So you see the two heads, and then and then the bigger Barb & Belch. So these have again so much detail. All of these plushes have so much detail. So first up we have the heads. So we have Barb & Belch. You can see also like their eyes are super pretty. And then you have the claws and the pattern going all the way around. You also have his two tails. Like the two little chunky tails. And then in general, like how his pose is like flying, kind of like a jumping, flying. So it's really, really cool. And then last but certainly not least, we have Toothless. So he's more squished as well, like you can't really see his face in the box, other than the front. But he looks really cool. And here's the back side of the box again, and all the sides. And then we have the bigger Toothless, so now you can see his face a little bit better. He works like a little bit less than the others because for some reason his head is like really round. And then for some reason he has his red tail fin without a skull on it. So that's a tail that really doesn't exist. And it's one of the more plain ones because the white used for the printing, you know, pops out a little bit more because of the black. But other than that, his head looks really cute. Like he's like the most accurate one all of the ones are accurate, but of all the plushies that are there, this one looks 100% like the live action Toothless plush. So yeah. And then we end with the last plush from the set. It is this weird chunky Toothless. So for some reason, this one was in the set, even though he's way more animated looking. Isn't anything that special other than a chunky boy. He does have his red tail, which is kind of odd. It's like the other one I showed also has his red tail for some reason, while I would think they would put the brown one. But yeah, he also has a skull on it, as you can see. But yeah, this one, the weird extra added one. So yeah, that was a quick view and show of the How to Train Your Dragon live action Ocean Toys plushies from Thailand. And I do hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, please give this video a like, subscribe. You can also follow me on my Instagram to keep up with my collection. I also have my website, which is being updated hopefully regularly enough to eventually have my whole How to Train Your Dragon collection on there. And otherwise, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone!